Yo, what's up, everybody? We're live uh, for another episode of the FT Hangout. It's your boy.
Yep, we back.
We back. We're back in here. Another Sunday, another podcast. We back here. Zach, Tosin, and Abdul.
Yo, what up? What up?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
So let's get cracking.
Yep.
Um,
So, what do y'all want to talk about?
So I think we should need to start off with the transfers. I think first we should begin with the main transfer of the week, which was for me Mohamed Salah to Liverpool. Abdul, he's Salah plays for your country. What do you think of that?
Yeah. I've been watching Salah since he was, I'd say, 18. I remember watching him at the under 18 World Cup, I think it was, or under 19 World. I can't remember, but it was a few years back, anyways. And he was like from the get-go. I knew he was a special talent, but the problem with Egyptian players a lot of the time is that they don't adapt well in Europe.
Mhm.
So because of many reasons, like Egyptians just love living close to home, and at the same time the language barrier, and they just don't adapt well in Europe. So
where do all the elite Egyptian players play? Is it
they
like Al
play.
Ali or something?
Yeah, that's why Egyptian teams are really dominant in the African Champions League and stuff. Because
Yeah.
our best players stay at home. Like so when they're
Really rare to see a player like Ramadan Sobi to leave.
Yeah, that's what but our players are starting to actually play in Europe now because of the political situation in the country. So our league is not as stable as it was before, and like it faces a lot of problems because of like politics. So that's why a lot of players, like the reason Salah actually went to Europe, was because of, I don't know if you guys recall, but do you remember when about like 80 people died in a football stadium in Egypt a few
Yeah.
years back?
Yeah.
I don't remember actually. I don't recall.
Yeah. Anyways, like
Was-
so, there was a football match and 80 people died. It was a tragic thing, you know. It was crazy, and the league was stopped. And if that didn't happen,
Oh shit!
Salah, yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, I just googled it.
Believe it or not, I was at the game that happened was between El Ali, which is like the biggest team in Egypt, and they're pretty much the biggest team in Africa. And believe it or not, I was in Egypt that winter, and I went to the state. I went to with my cousins to watch an Al Ali game like 3 weeks earlier.
Wow.
And then I went back to Canada, and I one day I just come back from school and I check the news and something like that happens. It was crazy. It was mental.
Wow, man.
And I have a lot of cousins that have friends that were at that game. You know, it was just crazy. You were talking about 90 people dying and thousands injured. But anyways, if that didn't happen, Salah was actually gonna end up at Zamalek, which is the second biggest club in Egypt. They were supposed to sign him, but because the league was stopped, obviously, and it was just they had to stop the league, and it was a huge problem, and there was a case and all of that. So Basel came in for him, and they signed him. So if it wasn't for that event, actually, Salah would have probably been playing in Egypt right now.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wasn't for Salah's performance against Chelsea in the Champions League, he'd probably still be at Basel or some other, average team.
Yeah, I think the thing about Salah is he always steps up in big games, and like he always makes sure he's effective in big games. You know, he tries to have a moment. He did it against Chelsea a couple of times. Like he knew Ivanovic was not good at tracking runs, kept running in behind him, and he caught him like twice.
I remember the game against like Juventus where he just
Oh, that goal, yeah.
just took on. He was a one-man counterattack the whole move. It was insane.
But that's why I'm annoyed with the what's his name, Spalletti, because Salah used to be a very skillful player, especially in his early years.
Why are you annoyed with
Because Salah never plays 1v1 now. He's always running in behind. That's why like people call him a pace merchant because
Really?
yeah, because now he's always. I watch Roma quite a bit because of Salah, and like even for Egypt when I watch him for the national team, he's always trying to run in behind, and now he's lost all his innovation in 1v1s, and so, and even back in the day he used to be a bit creative.
Damn.
Like Spalletti just turned him into a just a runner, just someone that runs in behind.
Change with Liverpool where
Yeah, that will change. I'm 100% sure that that would change because of Klopp. Like if there was one coach I would want Salah to play under, it would probably be Klopp because I'm sure he'll develop him. He'll play. I think Salah will go back to how he was at like Basel, where he used to play. Even at Fiorentina, like if you watch him for Fiorentina, he used to be just more dynamic. He's very one dimensional right now, and it just pisses me off. Like especially when he plays for Egypt. Teams just try to like man mark him and then just deny him space, and then he becomes ineffective, which shouldn't be the case for a player who's supposed to be like the superstar of the Egyptian team.
Yeah, and I definitely think that this move can like reignite something for him. I mean, it's still he's been around for so long. It's hard to remember that he's still only 25.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
man.
only 25.
I think it's a good move. And I mean, Liverpool barely made the Champions League this season. I think that this is, Salah's a great player, but they really need more. They've got to get, for me, they should aim for 2 new fullbacks, starting quality, hopefully. A replacement for Lovren. And I would also consider getting a midfielder too.
So
Yeah,
like basically, I think we talked about this a couple podcasts ago. So it's funny though because every Liverpool fan I talk to are like they love James Milner. They're like, man, James Milner at left back, he's played some incredible games there. Like, and they think, and I don't know, I've read reports that Klopp is thinking of just sticking with that fullback pairing and just getting a replacement for Moreno.
That's so.
I know.
wrong.
I don't know. He should have a specialist there. Like that would be the preferable thing, in my opinion. But hey,
But yeah, like Salah was. I think it's a good signing for Liverpool. I'm excited to watch him develop under Klopp. But they have to get a midfielder, and they have to get a center back, and they have to get a fullback. Like for me, Salah was supposed to be like the 4th signing or the 5th signing. That's not what they needed.
Yeah.
They could survive with Mane on the right and maybe like Coutinho on the left.
I agree. I think
no, but what they want to do is drop Coutinho into midfield, right?
Exactly. But
So,
you got, Lallana and Wijnaldum.
No, I think Salah was a necessary. Like that's great reinforcement to the front line. Like,
You think Coutinho's playing in midfield like full time next year?
yep, I think so.
You think?
So that's Henderson in the middle, or Khan maybe in the middle, and Coutinho and Lallana. I don't think they'll.
I don't know. Does you think Klopp bends Henderson? Like,
well,
I think he does, man.
Unreliable physically. I don't think they'll get Keita. I think they go with Henderson or Khan in the middle, with Coutinho and Lallana, or Wijnaldum, I guess, for big games.
They could get Keita, man. It just depends. Like if the player.
Apparently, Leipzig want around 70, 80 million for it.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I read it. It was from a video.
Honestly, man, like all these fucking hefty ass prices. Like I don't know, man. Just subtract like 20 million from it. Like each time you think about these prices, man, because I don't know, man. The fucking market is inflated. It's inflated to fuck.
60 million is still a lot. For I don't know how. Honestly, I haven't watched
it's crazy,
a lot of
man. But that's the thing with these Premier League clubs. Everyone sees the money infusion there, and All these clubs, they're gonna, if a Premier League club's interested in a player, like a top, a top 6 club, they're gonna ask for like a fucking insane amount. Like,
But you know what the funny thing is? A lot of the time they end up spending it on like the wrong players. Like
yeah,
Liverpool, if for example, if they don't end up getting Keita, they're gonna go and sign some nothing player from
it's crazy.
a
Like, dude,
mid-table Premier League team. Like
yeah,
that's the problem.
yeah, like, dude, look at United. Like, they dead ass want to spend 70 mil on Morata. Like, I know this is the third podcast running where we've talked about Morata.
Dude,
But
that's
bro, you do not spend 70 fucking M's on Morata. Are you fucking crazy? Like, come on, man. Like, no, that's just that shit is foul. That shit is foul. Like, not he's not worth 70 M's, man. No
I don't
way.
think I don't think you're gonna get him for 70 though. I think it's gonna be higher because we're rejecting 70. So obviously
I
you're gonna
know
have
you
to.
want 80, but they fucking offered the fact that United even offered 70. Wow, like
Yeah. So he's probably gonna. I expect I expect Morata to sign around next week, and I expect it to be for at least like what 75,
yeah.
which is
how much
crazy.
did United get Di Maria?
69.
Wow.
Yeah, 69 million. Yeah, it was 69, and I think it had bonuses too. But the thing is, Di Maria didn't really play for United, so
Yeah, he left after a season, so I bet some of those add-ons didn't need to be
yeah. So I think
fulfilled.
the add-ons took it to like 80 plus.
Yeah.
Um, but like for me, I don't care about spending a lot of money. Like in fact, I think spending a lot of money is crucial for huge clubs because you make statements in the market and so on and so forth. But my issue is that Premier League clubs spend a shitload of money for like nothing players,
The
like
wrong
players that are.
players.
It's not even the wrong players. Sometimes they spend money on literally nothing players, and you like sit back and you're like, what? Like, how can you spend 80
No,
million?
give an
on Morata?
example, bro. We got a name drop. We got a name drop in this
Yeah.
pod. Like give a nothing player that's gone for a shit ton of money. We gotta mention all these bid men. Like
Oh, like okay, I'll give you an example. Um, I think.
Mangala the city.
Yeah. Well,
Like
oh, I thought you were talking about this summer. Generally, you're talking generally, right?
just generally,
Are you
man.
gonna say Mangala was a nothing player?
Uh,
That's a little harsh,
I
but
mean, think about it. I agree that he was way. He had a good season at Porto. He wasn't worth that fee and never will be. But I mean, he's gonna go to Lyon after this. He had a great performance.
still, you don't spend 40
Vardy,
M
Eric,
on that.
and like Zlatan. I mean, he's still a decent defender.
You don't spend 40 M's on that. Like
yeah.
let's
And
just yeah.
how much did Liverpool spend on Lovren?
Well, how much did they spend on Andy Carroll? Like, I mean,
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly my point. And how much did they spend on what's his name?
No, I think the Andy Carroll and like that shit just happens, man. It's an intro transaction, it's within England. These English players always go for like ridiculous prices. Do you see Everton? Like they want to sell Ross Barkley for 50 mil. Like
I heard 80.
80. Wow, see, like
I don't know. I'm not sure if that was real, but like how? Because honestly, it's just nothing surprises me in the market anymore.
yeah,
Um, yeah, nothing surprises me. And like, remember, I think Liverpool spent how much on Benteke? 38 million, and that was considered a lot 2 seasons ago. 2 seasons ago, and pretty much everyone knew that Benteke didn't suit the way Liverpool play, and they still signed him. That's why, like, it just makes my like it literally gives me a headache how some of these English clubs like spend their money.
and like compare that to like Italy. Yo, Roma did a good job this past season of just they got some nice Premier League rejects and well, just some. It wasn't a full. I'm not saying that was the makeup of their whole team, but Edin Dzeko,
Mhm.
Chesney in goal.
Yeah,
You know, like they had some
Look at
they had
Napoli.
some players.
Look at what Napoli did with the Higuain money. Like they bought so many good players. Diwara,
Yeah,
um, what's his name? Milik.
Marco Rogue, Milik. Yup.
It's just that Premier League clubs, they take the risk on the wrong players, and I don't understand why. Like these clubs are some of the biggest clubs in the world. They're definitely the richest. So surely the people in charge should be intelligent.
Yeah. But what do you think about cities? Let's talk about Manchester City. What do you think about their buys so far? Like,
Very good buys. I have to like if you look Bernardo Silva, I think we could all agree he's a class player.
where do you
Um,
think Pep will play him? I'm just so interested in that. Like, is he gonna try to evolve him into like a Messi? Like, obviously, no one comes close to Messi, but you know what I mean. Like, is he gonna play him in a more central?
I think I think he might play like. I mean, there are only two positions he could play really. Let's be honest, wide
Yeah.
or so like when Pep plays his 4-5-1, and then he plays with like let's say he plays with Fernandinho as the defensive midfielder.
Hmm.
In the two midfielders that are central in front of him, I think Bernardo can play there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Basically, whereas David Silva was playing.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't think David Silva. You think David Silva will start next season? His legs are pretty much done.
Hey, he still had moments of genius throughout the season. I don't know. Like,
But yeah, for City, if City get Mendy and they get um they're getting Dani Alves, so that's a good signing. Like I know he's aging, but if you have Dani Alves in your squad,
man,
especially in the
dude, Danny Alves disrespectful as fuck, man. You see how he disrespected Juve?
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, Juve, like, as good as they are, what the hell? They're getting rid of uh the second best left back in football.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I mean, that's a joke because um yeah, that's just a like if Juve sell Alexandro, I think it's fair to say that
Dude,
they're
Juve do not keep players against their will, though.
Dude, like,
not against their
I
will
don't
though.
agree
I'm
with
pretty
that.
sure if
That's
they
such
keep
Like when Tevez said, "I want to dip," he dipped. When Sandro dipped, like when players,
I don't
everyone.
think
and
Sandro's
that's why they never win Champions League finals.
but Alexandro is not dipping because Chelsea are a bigger club or because like honestly the only reason he's
What
dipping
do
is
you mean? I think so. He's the money.
yeah,
Yeah,
but Juventus have a shit ton of money. Look at Juve's
I'm sure Chelsea could offer him more. Because
I
most
honestly
clubs,
disagree with that. I
most of
just
the
think Juventus have a wage structure and they
yeah,
want to break it.
exactly.
Which they should
And
if they're being serious though. That's the thing. At one point you have to break it.
oh,
I
I don't
agree.
know, man.
I
Like they
agree.
can't even afford Moises Keane's father's tractors right now. So I don't know, man. You sure Juve? I don't think Juve is as
Bro,
financially flexible as you think right
they
now.
just got 111 million for making
Oh
the
yeah, yeah. They made a lot of money off
yeah,
the
like Real
Champions League.
Madrid only made 80 million and Juve made 111. So, like I just think like you have to find a way to make him stay. I'm
Yeah.
sure they can
Do
offer
you keep
something
if
similar.
you're Juve, do you upgrade on Higuain?
I mean,
Do you try to?
I think a lot of when I talk to a lot of Juve fans, um, they say that top three players this season were Buffon, Mandzukic, Higuain. Look, Higuain, he won them Serie A, but I honestly think Patrick Schick could have done the same thing. Um, I think what they need to do is get some wingers, though. Honestly, I mean,
And
look at the wingers. They got Quadrado,
Yeah.
Sasa, and that's like the only two wingers they have. Not good enough. I mean, even across Serie A, other teams, they've got like other teams have Salah and Insigne and Bernadeschi. Juve should not
Good
be
names.
having
Good names.
like Real Madrid. Look at their attackers. They've got James Rodriguez, um, James Rodriguez, Asensio, Isco. You know, Juve need a superstar. That's why they can't win.
That superstar isn't that not Paulo Dybala? Like, isn't that the superstar?
Mm.
I'm just
But I think
saying.
Dybala will be the superstar, but
Do you guys think he's hindered in this new system? That they should stop, like, I don't know, forcing.
his stats are definitely going to decline. I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, because he's playing this playmaker role where with Juve before it was like he was playing in a front two with Mandzukic.
Yeah, and he played closer to goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I do think.
So what do you do then? I'm saying I think. I mean, I'm not sure.
Higuain was low key the wrong buy, man. Seriously.
Higuain?
Yeah, for Juve, they could have done.
They've sold Pogba for this, 29-year-old guy who can't tie his shoes in Europe. I mean, that's not business. So it looks like I think they're gonna get. Well, Alves is leaving, and Sandro might leave too.
Man, Alves really had to disrespect the club like that. Like,
what?
That's crazy. He's foul, man.
They're after. Wait, so I heard they're going. They think Nzonzi is too expensive, so they're gonna get Matuidi. Like, what the fuck?
Like,
yeah, he's working that out. He's trying to get Matuidi to.
And you know what the thing is? They need they kind of need a defensive midfielder. They need a deep lying midfielder, but like Matuidi is not that, so it just makes no sense.
So you're saying they need a replacement for Pjanic?
Yeah, I think Pjanic. I think they should have. Okay, if Allegri wants to play Pjanic as the deep lying midfielder, then you need a plan B where you can push Pjanic forward and then play like an Nzonzi, just as a plan B.
I don't know what's so wrong about 40 million for Nzonzi. Like, I mean, he's one of the best defensive midfielders on the planet.
But honestly, I was so impressed with him. Like, he was one of my favorite players for the first half of the season. But I just can't get over that disaster class against
Leicester.
No, but everybody was disastrous against Leicester. I don't think you can just pin it on him personally.
Yeah, but that penalty miss, man, shocking. Like that penalty.
Yeah. Whatever. You don't put your DM on penalty duties. Let's just
exactly.
But Nzonzi can be so good. Like, if just watch his performance against us in at the Pizjuan earlier in the season.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, we're at the point where Juve, they're really at the worst possible scenario. They just lost the Champions League final. Alves has already left. Alexandro looks likely to leave. Patrick Schick's a good player, but I don't think he'll start next season.
No, he won't.
And they're linked to guys like Matuidi. I mean, apparently the Douglas Costa sale, which, by the way, I don't even think is good enough for them, has been put on hold because of I don't know, some issues. They might still get it, but I don't get why you pay. I mean, why is 40 million for Douglas Costa a good deal and 40 million for Nzonzi bad?
Well, let me say something.
Wait. Can I just say this about Douglas Costa? Like, okay, the Pep year and that first Pep year, he was brilliant.
He was amazing.
That was a great debut season.
That's true.
So
exactly.
Get to the season after. The beginning of the season, he's pretty much injured, if I'm not mistaken.
Dude, Bayern fans, no. He started a lot. Bayern fans hate him.
No, he didn't start a lot in the beginning of the season. I'm positive he wasn't starting a lot in the beginning of the season. It was Ribéry. Like, he was injured. He barely got into the team at the start. And then I guess he got a run of games here and there, and he was just inconsistent.
But what's with the hate, though? Like, I don't like.
Yeah, I don't.
Like, every time I watch him, I see something special there. I see a player that I can use. If I'm Allegri, I see a player that can really give me more options.
Allegri knows his quality. Like, okay, so when Bayern came back in the 4-2, against Juve last season at the Allianz. Remember that game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Douglas Costa in the comeback was probably the best player on the pitch.
Like, I'm dead serious.
Like,
He was
easily.
like he was proper scary last season. Like this guy,
Yup.
he was scary. I'm like every cross he put in was like a goal scoring opportunity. Pretty much, this guy was
Exactly. He was looking like
So
I don't know, man. It was crazy. He
I
looked like
remember
a
you were saying
two-way
he was better
winger.
than Suarez.
if I
Oh yeah.
if I'm
I
Juve,
remember
I'm
that.
going, I need to get like either like Nelson Semedo or I don't know. You need like a really good player at right back to replace Alves for me. I mean, you know that they can't fall into the Bayern trap of like
They should go for Emerson and Roma.
Emerson is like out for like 8 months with an ACL injury.
Wow.
Oh fuck. Wow. Okay.
You know what's so crazy?
Yeah.
I was actually looking at I was checking my Twitter a few hours ago, and I see it. Someone retweet Douglas Costa, and Douglas like the tweet was just Douglas Costa saying "ha ha ha" like just laughing. And I look at the what he was replying to, and it's just a Bayern fan that created a thread.
Yeah.
Where he
Oh
tweeted
yeah.
yeah, that's crazy. Like, why are
That
they
shit
hating on him
petty.
that much?
Look at these trolls. Damn.
Like,
Damn.
honestly, I don't watch Bayern that much, but surely he's not that bad. Come on, like.
I mean, look, Juve. I think if I'm Juve, I'm going for Balde Keita. But I mean,
Maybe he's been maybe.
what?
Oh, I was just gonna say maybe he's been a nuisance in the dressing room. Who knows? Like
I'm
maybe.
telling you, there's no player Bayern fans hate more than Douglas Costa.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, maybe that's been it. Maybe it's coupled with his, like inconsistencies. I guess, yeah, they just had enough.
But like when you see how good he was last season, like why not just like I mean, if I was
It's
a
a
Bayern
different
fan,
system, man. It's a different system.
I would.
I don't play as spread out. Like, with Pep, it was like the three at the back. He'd play with no wing backs,
Yeah,
and he'd have his wingers so wide, like, and they would just overload the midfield. Like that was Bayern, and the team was just so spread out in possession. Literally every zone of the pitch was covered by a player, and it was just the pass options for each player was just so vast. Like
it was amazing because like
yeah,
that Bayern team from last season delivered, I think, two of the best halves I've ever seen in my life. The first half against Juventus in at the Juventus Stadium,
yeah.
and the first half against Atletico at the Allianz Arena. Like that was total football.
Dude, just even the season before that, they dropped another classic at the Stadio Olimpico.
Yeah, the
Like,
7-1, yeah. Or
Oh
was it a
man,
7-0?
7-1, I think.
Can't remember, yeah. But Roma,
Dude, Roma weren't even that bad. Seriously, they were not that bad on the night. Bayern were just possessed
bro,
on
just
that evening.
remember Robin? My God, that
Robin was a fucking he destroyed Ashley Cole, man. I'm sorry, man. Ashley Cole. That was the game where it was just like, damn, bro, father time. Like, bro, you gotta hang it up. You gotta hang it up, G. Like,
But that's why I don't get Bayern fans that say Pep was a failure. Like, that's just retarded.
honestly, if you want to look at it with like, I don't know, the ESPN,
Yeah.
Fox Sports,
ESPN FC.
glasses, yeah, like you gotta be like, hey, he did not win the holy grail of club football. He did not win the Champions League. Therefore, his tenure there was a failure.
But
I'm
doesn't
sorry,
it?
like that's just what it's gonna be.
The season
And
under
he was complicit. He was complicit in two of those semifinal failures.
Mhm.
I won't blame him for Atleti, but the first one against Real Madrid and the one against Barca, that was on Pep easily. So,
But you don't think that Pep made Bayern's team look better than it actually was?
yeah, he did. And he was integrating a lot of players. Like Kingsley Coman looked like a great player, fucking, and then he brought in Kimmich, and I don't know. He was very, very good, man. Like his whole ethos for the Bayern the Bayern style of play, and just the Bayern culture. Like it meshed like seamlessly.
Yeah, because like the same people that say Pep was a failure are the ones that say like Mourinho was a failure at Madrid because he didn't win a championship. Well, like,
You can't say that.
just like football doesn't work like that. It's not like 1 + 2 equals 3.
And yeah, it's clear. It's clear that I've said this before. Like it's winning the Champions League for Bayern is not a fucking divine right. Before 2013, they've won it like once in I don't know a decade. Like they didn't win it since like I don't know. Wasn't it 2001?
Yeah, I guess
Yeah, it was 2001. So it is what it is. Like.
So Tilson, I want to talk about your former club, PSG. Right?
Oh man.
So, yeah. So
Les Parisiens, man. What a club! What a club!
So yeah, exactly. I mean, it seems like have they made a single signing yet? I don't know if they have. They've
I
been
don't think so.
pretty much everybody.
Nothing major so far.
Mbappe, Ousmane,
I saw that they're looking at Ever Banega
and Thiago Maia. So
and Thiago Maia. Oh man.
and Donnarumma, of course, and Ronaldo. So what do you need to see from them for them to take you back? What do you need?
It's seriously I just don't trust Emery, man. They need to get back. What PSG have finally just realized is Blanc is just, I don't know, he's just entrenched this possession-based philosophy with the team. And I know PSG fans, they long for that that quick attack. You know what I mean? Just almost akin to like a Liverpool. Remember when Liverpool were flying high in the beginning of last season? Like just a really fast-paced attack. But with with Blanc, I guess their qualms were like, it's very laborious and all. But I think with PSG, what they just have to embrace it, because I just think it's so entrenched into the philosophy when you have players like Verratti, Thiago Motta was still starting games. They tried playing Krikoviak, and he just straight up struggled in that system. He looked like a deer in headlights in pretty much every game I saw him in. He's an absolute fucking clown. I'm sorry, he's a clown. So yeah, fucking clown. But
what do you think of AC Milan going in for him?
Maybe he will work in the Serie A. I don't know.
They're not after Bilia anymore, apparently. Bilia.
But yeah, with PSG, what they need to do, man. Let me just answer the question. I want to see Calegari in the first team. I know you're not. I know you're not fucking for that, but I think Calegari.
I like him.
I think he's the rightful heir. I think he's the rightful heir to Thiago Motta to play there. And Rabiot should work on being an interior, because I don't think Rabiot has the skill set.
You're going with Rabiot and Verratti as your interiors, a new DM. You're gonna go with Meunier and Kurzawa for fullback.
I would have Calegari. Rabiot and Pastore can, I guess.
So you think Verratti leave?
And then you have Verratti. And then, honestly, Rabiot, Calegari, and Pastore can all rotate. Verratti will always be the constant. Yeah. And for the front three, that's where it gets tricky. Because, man, you cannot sub Rabiot.
Who's your DM?
Calegari or Rabiot.
And you're gonna go with Thiago Silva and Marquinhos, or maybe Kimpembe?
If we get Pepe, which is gonna be huge.
Would be.
Thiago Silva Pepe would be a fucking brick wall, man. Like
That would be. No, this could be a good.
exactly. And then you have Meunier at right back and Kurzawa on the left. Big season for Kurzawa. You know, he doesn't have the Maxwell ghost behind his back. I don't know. So this is a huge season for him as well. In the World Cup year, he's gonna be hungry. So I expect a good season from Kurzawa. And the front three, man, Cavani obviously should be the number 9.
Obviously, could.
And then it's just the wingers, man.
Or maybe.
Look, Di Maria has to stay. I'm sorry, he's your best winger. Whether you PSG fans like it or not, he just has that. You know, he has that. He has that knack for this. He has that knack for the spectacular. So, yeah.
Lucas, I mean, yeah.
And Lucas is dipping. I think Lucas is off to Italy, unfortunately.
You think where's he off to?
Italy.
Where, like maybe Roma?
Inter Milan were interested.
Yeah, I think Lucas will dip.
How good is he though? Because like I haven't watched a lot of him, but
yeah, man.
Look, man, look, man. PSG fans been hating on Lucas, and I understand. Like he came in 2012 with, like, you know, people thought he'd be PSG's Messi,
Neymar.
you know, or PSG's Neymar, you know, like, but like unfortunately that's not what he turned out to be. But he's still a fucking, when he's on it, man, he is absolutely electric, man.
He's a 1v1 machine, right?
Yeah, he's incredible. Last season, 15-16, there was a point in the season where Lucas was playing so well that Blanc actually dropped Cavani and had Lucas, Ibra, and Di Maria as the front three. And PSG played their best stuff. Like, they were rolling without Cavani. I'm sorry. Like, I know Cavani had a great season recently, but when it was Lucas, Ibra, and Di Maria, they were just rolling. Again, the performance against Chelsea, you know, both legs, the front three pretty much won.
Remember
PSG that tie.
Remember, I think that was actually his first ever game for PSG. The game against Barca at the Camp Nou.
Yeah, and he tore them. Like
he tore them apart, man. And PSG should have gone through, but Messi.
Like, dude, Lucas has the fucking talent, man. Like, I don't know. It's just.
I hear that about so many Brazilians.
He needs coaching, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but he has the talent. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Like, he has really. He can be a world-class player. Seriously, like, he has that talent. So.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of fulfilling it. Yeah.
Do you guys want to touch upon the whole Donnarumma thing? We have.
Yeah, no, I find it pretty interesting how you know, Milan have this crazy window, and really the only thing that's slowing them down is Donnarumma. It's kind of like this entire thing has kind of like frozen their entire mercado. Could go to PSG, could go to Real Madrid, but it also looks like he could stay. What do you think will happen?
Tosin, you want to go or sure? Tosin's got. Yeah. For Donnarumma, it's just you could tell there's like inner fighting between Mino Raiola and obviously AC Milan, and then the player himself. Then the money was thrown at him during that Italy game. I think that kind of just
He's only 18.
He's still young, right? Like stuff like that can really shake him. It can affect him. And obviously, like I checked his Instagram and stuff like that. He's been getting like a shit ton of abuse. So I think I think he's gonna sign a new contract.
Really?
Yeah, just because of the pressure on him to do so. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, wait.
Yeah.
Y'all can y'all run me through what the fuck what happened with that? Like I'm
I
fucking
was
lost. Like
I was just I don't know. I was at the airport and I checked Twitter and I see Mino Raiola tweet Raiola and Donnarumma 1, the haters 0.
hater zero. Okay, yeah, that was the funny shit. But then Donnarumma's like, someone hacked my account.
Yeah, he said. Well, I think Donnarumma said some. I actually don't. I still don't get it. But at the same time, Donnarumma said, I'm still." He said that I'm still with Mino Raiola and I'm still united with him. So he said that someone hacked his account in terms of like that Instagram post, but at the same time, he pretty much confirmed what he said in that post. So it just made no sense, right? You know what I mean?
Dog,
Like
what
that's
the
why no
fuck?
one.
What dog? This whole saga is some bullshit. Like,
Italians, man, Italians are crazy.
yeah, dude. Oh, Milanistas are finna be hot. They're gonna. Oh,
Dude, I'm a low-key Milan fan now. Like, I mean, this Mercado is so good.
Milan Twitter is undefeated, man.
yeah. Those dudes is just going off.
Milan or City next season, bro. Like, Bartomeu is just creating hot smoke with these Usmane and Verratti
Bro, we
signings.
Bro,
have to
oh
get.
man,
Spend like
we
40 million
gotta talk to Bars. We gotta
We gotta
talk.
talk Paulinho,
for
Lucas
Rasmus.
Lima, bro.
We,
Like y'all are making some moves.
You
Like
gotta make like a deadline day move for
Bellerin. Oh,
No,
dude,
dude, Valverde's about to make a deadline day move for Ander Herrera for 40 million.
that would be the cherry on top.
I'm about to be like just drinking that bleach and like, you know what? Nice. It was nice seeing you, Messi.
But it's the thing is the Paulinho thing. I think it's happening because
Dude, I actually do. I honestly.
yeah, he starts for Brazil, so the
He's
board can
he
brainwash.
scored a hat trick. He scored a hat trick in a game.
Yeah,
So many
the
last
board
game.
shit.
can brainwash Barca fans that he's a top player because he starts for Brazil and because he could be starting for Brazil at the World Cup, and yeah, they're paying 40 million for him, so that's not a small fee. So when he comes in, people are gonna be expecting him to at least challenge Rakitic. So that's a midfield signing, and then the Verratti thing is just too complicated, so it might not happen. So, like, I really do think Barca might sign Paulinho as
Dude,
a semi.
this is just what it is, man. Barca are
Finish club.
not only are they a Finnish club, their financial power. We're learning day by day that it ain't what it is, man.
No, I mean,
Because
well, they're
because-
signing Paulinho for 40 million though.
no,
Stupid. I mean,
how if you're
no,
Barcelona and you don't want to be serious,
if not more,
Wait,
John City. Like, you know?
wait, but chill.
So
like,
is it more about the transfer fees or maybe the wage structure? Because maybe they're struggling to get those top players because of like just the weekly wages.
No, but if you want to get Verratti and you're gonna get PSG in a room, you gotta tell these dudes the fucking starting point is 100 M's. Like
Nah,
no.
I think 120, 130, like because
no,
100
but
is not
100 though. Like just at least the 3-figure mark. That's where you start. Barca come out here with 70. Are you serious? Are you serious? Come on.
like Morata is going for 80.
You're not PSG. Like you're talking to a brick wall right now. PSG aren't even looking at y'all right now. Like you come with 70. Come on.
That's true though because Verratti's pushing this thing and he's. I mean, you don't know. Does he actually want to go or is he just kind of challenging the board to sign better players, or he's begging for a new contract indirectly, like asking for a new contract?
No, the thing is, they offered him a new contract though.
But it's only 12 million. That's not really a lot. If you're because Verratti is technically the face of the PSG project.
Yeah, and it's funny though. The last 3 summers, he signed an extension. Each summer, extension.
But when you look at this thing, PSG are just not reacting. They're literally a brick wall, just like you said. You know what I mean? They're not
exactly like, dude. Barca just not. They're not about it, man. They're not gonna spend 100 M's ever in the transfer market. They can't shell out that money right now. I don't think they can afford it. especially with their wage structure, man. How much does Arda Turan make? I heard he makes like 100. And then count MSN, count Iniesta, count Busquets, count Piqué. Dude, these players make a substantial amount. Like,
And guys
Barca
like
really
Paco,
are. Yeah,
make good money too, like Paco Alcacer and that's the thing. Players don't want to take a pay cut, and
yeah.
you want to get rid of them. So if you go to like, let's say Paco Alcacer wants to go back to Valencia, for example. If you go back to Valencia and you tell them take this guy on loan, they're not gonna want to pay the 80 grand he's earning, for example.
Like the thing is, this transfer market, ever since they got Suarez and Neymar, Barca, they've kind of been cautious in what they buy. They're buying Jeremy Mathieu, Thomas Vermaelen, like just nothing players. Like, because they've realized like they really, really went past. I think they went past the financial limit that they're just not disclosing to the public. Because if you're coming for Verratti, you ain't coming with no 70 M's, bro.
Usmane Dembele too.
Or Usmane, yeah. Like, you ain't coming with no 70 M's for Verratti. Like, the starting point is 100. I mean,
you know, we give like Bayern a lot of shit because like they're buying Sebastian Ruby and Gnabry and like Coman. And you know, Juventus as well because they're gonna sell Alexandro after selling Pogba, after selling Vidal. But look, Barcelona have, you know, a ton of money. They've got a ton of star attraction power, and they're going after these.
I don't think. See, that's the thing.
After terrible players, after going after terrible players, you know, I mean, Bartomeu. Honestly, like, I think that this is it's such a bizarre case because this team is so average. It really is so average. I mean, no. Okay.
Hey, come on. You were like
Messi and Neymar are two top 3 attackers in the world. Suarez is good, but he's only getting, you know,
No, Suarez ain't even top 10. So let's just.
But
yeah, continue.
But like, look, I mean, I just think that it's just really it's bizarre. I think that it's like it was just a once great team, and now, you know, Barca are kind of on the other side looking in, you know.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. Barca, like, they cannot be this inept in the transfer market. It makes no sense. Like, we're on fucking, like, dog, dudes is on Twitter and they know the right players to get. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, this shit is not even funny. Like, who thinks of Paulinho? Like, what the fuck? Like, are y'all serious? Like, I don't know, man. It's mind-boggling.
You know what? The thing about Barca, I read something that's pretty crazy. Like, even Messi's renewal, apparently, like, Barca are so broke that they're gonna have to pay his renewal in like installments. Like, he's apparently, like, just the structure of the contract is not gonna be your typical player contract. They're gonna have to wire him the money like through sponsorships and shit like that, just because of how broke they are.
Dude, honestly, we gotta be real, man. This is fucked up, but Barca got that broke nigga DNA, low key, like, because like let's look before Messi. Look, I was watching a documentary on Barcelona. And this was the pre-Messi era. And if you looked at the Barcelona facilities, you looked at their this was a club that was literally on the level of, I don't know, like an Everton. Like, this dude, their club, like, they had Windows 98 computers in the fucking office rooms. Like, Barcelona have never been a club of, you know, massive riches up until Messi came. And now I think they've done some shady, they've probably participated in some shady deals or something with the new president, or the president is just that inept with Barcelona's overall financial framework that I don't know, like they're just being very cheap in the
But you know what
market
this
these
confirms?
days.
I think this confirms that. I think this confirms what Perez like kind of hinted at. I
Mhm.
think this confirms that Barca did actually pay 150 million for Neymar.
Yep.
And I
And I
that
think that,
I think
oh
that was,
man, that's a good point. I can't,
but
you
I think that
bringing
will
up
be looked
Neymar
at
was
as
big.
a good deal in a few years. I mean,
But no, I'm not against it.
Yeah.
But I do think they actually paid 150
Like,
million.
yeah, how much did they pay the father?
No, the official fee that Barca announced is 59 million. But I think that's bullshit
that's
because
so bullshit. Yeah.
Perez
Even
himself.
for 2013, there's no way you can get like a Ballon d'Or, confirmed Ballon d'Or talent for.
Yeah, because there's no way Perez is gonna come out flat. Like just he was on with Jose Pedro. You know Jose Pedro on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he literally came out on national TV and said, "I wanted Neymar. I was very interested in Neymar, but the deal was gonna cost 150 million." He would never say something like that unless it's actually at least remotely true. You know what I mean? So like
Mhm.
the how can Perez say 150 million and then Barca announce 59 million? That's 100 million difference. That's crazy. Like that's not a minimal
Yeah.
difference. So I actually believe that story because it also, if you look at the documents of the leaked contracts, they show that Neymar wasn't just owned by Santos. He was owned by Santos. He was owned by, I think, two other companies, and he was owned by his father.
Yeah.
And the fee that Barca announced is just the fee for Santos.
Yeah, but I'm not even mad about that, honestly. Like, I mean, Neymar, it was definitely a shady transfer, but I mean, at least he was pretty much world class by the time he joined Barcelona. I mean, Barcelona have not, they are making, not even like, it would be one thing if they didn't buy anybody and like just used, I don't know, like La Masia players and did cheap signings, but they're not. They're spending 40 million on like finished players who have no business playing in a top five league, like Paulinho and Arda Turan. I mean, for me, that just
Lucas, what do you think of the Lucas Lima thing?
Man, wait. Where did it go wrong with Arda Turan, man?
no
Because
like
I
if you
don't care,
look
man.
at
He
the
was
start,
he was a baller at Atleti, man. He was the truth at
I mean,
Atleti.
nah, I think he was pretty talented, but I mean, he definitely wasn't the truth. I mean, and look, like
What
you
do
know,
you mean, man? Like,
well, okay, here's the thing though, like you never really knew what was gonna what happen with him. Was he a Pedro replacement? I think they wanted him to be a Xavi replacement, which like there's no way.
yeah, they wanted him to play in midfield. I think that was the initial
Mm,
idea that he'd replace
yeah.
Rakitic.
Or no, I mean I guess so. I don't know. Replace
Yeah, because
whatever.
I remember seeing like lineups with Busquets, uh, Arda Turan, Iniesta, and then MSN up top. Like that was like the desired, like I don't know, 11 at the time that I was seeing.
Yeah. I mean, look, Arda was a good player. I'm glad he's leaving, but that's really like I honestly think we have worse players than Arda Turan. I really do.
Yeah, definitely, because Arda's not even a bad player. He's just,
Yeah.
shit happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Um, yeah, but the Barca thing is interesting. I think, but the thing is, this summer is just so crucial for Barca. It's just, it could really be like just a game changer. It could either um like confirm the continuous decline, or because the thing is like like if Barca get Verratti, let's be honest, if Barca get Verratti, then they're fine.
Yeah.
Like, they're more than fine. Let's be honest. They're
Yeah.
gonna be fine. Like,
Even if they sign a bunch of average players to go along with it.
yeah, it doesn't matter. If you have Verratti and MSN, then let's talk. Then they're going to like a Champions League semifinal.
Exactly. You have Busquets, Verratti, MSN. Like,
Yeah,
that shit is gonna figure itself out.
exactly.
Seriously. Like,
Mhm.
that's why that move cannot happen.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, that's why this Verratti deal. It's actually this Verratti deal is gonna have a huge effect on football, not just Barca.
Actually, I don't think it will have that huge effect because I don't know, there's just this, I don't know, there's this guy who's just showing a mix of attacking and defensive potency in midfield that is Paul Bill Pogba. And I'm telling you, man, we're going to win a Champions League with this man. Like, it is what it is, man. Like, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance of it. There definitely is. I mean, especially with possible signings like Fabinho and I don't know.
Perisic and Morata, yeah, bro. Like, you're likely to get out of the group. I'm telling you.
Now that
Nah, dude. Look, what we need. Okay, Fabinho is good, but just back to Verratti. Let's just go back to Verratti.
Yeah.
The thing is, okay, if Verratti goes to Barcelona, do you change Barcelona? Like, in terms, does Iniesta still play, or does that become like, I don't know? That actually extends Iniesta's career if you think about it.
But, you know, that's how you know it's just a great move because now you have options.
yeah,
Yeah.
Now you have
honestly,
options.
I don't think it's even worth talking about because I think it's not going to happen. But I want to talk about something that has been on the books for a while, and it looks really likely to happen soon. It looks like Chelsea will not only sign, maybe they'll sign Alexander, but I think their first signing of the market will be Timoe Bakayoko.
Yeah.
The goat, Bakafloko.
What do you think about
man?
they're
Look,
possible?
man. Okay, since we're on a podcast and we got to be real.
Yeah.
Preferably for Bakayoko, like, he'll have, like, I don't know, he just has concentration problems in midfield.
Really?
But
I actually don't.
when he's on it, like against Lyon, away at Lyon this past season, I know Mbappe scored the second goal, but he was absolutely brilliant on that night. That was the game that confirmed Monaco as league champions. Against Dortmund at home, he was great.
Against Juventus, like the second leg, I thought
Yep, he showed he was more confident, showed more personality on the ball, and he's a good player. He's a very good player. He's better than the Kondogbias and the Vanquirs, and I don't know, the Gilavogis and shit. Like, all those players that were pegged as like the next Vieira. Like,
Exactly.
I think Bakayoko's much better than that.
But he's a good player. I don't want to seem like a conspiracy theorist, but I don't think that Bakayoko and Lukaku, which looks like Chelsea's two next signings, would be getting all the slander if they weren't black. Like, I feel like, Bakayoko is a good player. He'd be one of the best players in the Premier League. I mean,
I think he'd be one of the best midfielders in the league easily. Yeah,
midfielders in the league. I mean, I wasn't so impressed with him this season. I do personally think that Rabiot and Tolisso are better. And I think Cyprian had a better season too. But I mean,
good shot, Cyprian.
Bakayoko.
It's funny, man. You think he'll return after that ACL?
Yeah, he's got to return. I mean, especially with Sari leaving. So it's going to be Cyprian, Cogello. Yeah, that Nice team could do quite well.
You know what I heard about City?
What?
I heard that this guy was actually supposed to sign for an Egyptian club. and it's crazy. Also because of that thing that happened, where a lot of the tragic event,
Yeah.
he had to go to Europe because of that. Like he was about to sign a contract for
Well,
an Egyptian club, and because of that, he went to. I don't think it was Nice though. Where did he play before Nice?
Oh, I wouldn't know. I
Yeah,
think
but he went to
he
another.
played in Paco Ferreira.
I can't remember, but he went to another club in Europe, and yeah, that's just crazy. Like he could have been playing in the African Champions League right now, but instead he might go to Barca.
I don't think. I mean,
Oh yeah, I do remember he played at Porto B because PSG sporting director. He was the sporting director at Porto, and he
Yeah.
picked up City, yeah, to play
Mhm.
there in Portugal.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's interesting, man. Yeah.
Yeah, but going back to the Bakayoko thing, obviously you guys have watched him more than me, but like I did go back and watch a bit of him because I actually like his profile. You
I
know,
did too.
a player that has the physical aspect, but at the same time he has an eye for a pass, and he's not. But you know how like you kind of compared him to Vieira. He's not
Yeah.
similar to Vieira though. He's more, he's more stationary than Vieira. Vieira was more
Yeah.
everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Bakayoko, he's, it's funny. Bakayoko and Fabinho, such a great pairing this season and last too. But like I said on Breaking Lines, I really think that their two new signings, Swaliho Mete and Yuri Tielemans, will be a better pairing.
Oh, dude, come on. I was telling you that as well.
Dude, I know.
But
Like,
dude, like,
I think
man,
Tielemans is already better
Well,
than Bakayoko.
like Bakayoko Kante, like it works because I like the thing about Kante. He's everywhere, right? He's very
Yeah.
yeah.
I think
I
that
think
Conte
Bakayoko.
never liked starting Cesc either. I mean, he never wanted to.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like people talk about Kante like he's your traditional like
DM,
stationary defensive
positional
midfielder.
DM, yeah,
He's not a
positional midfielders.
positional defensive midfielder. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's more like a Kidera, where he chases more, like he's everywhere.
yeah,
That's
he
why,
covers everywhere.
yeah, that's why I think Bakayoko will kind of complement him, and he'll obviously he can obviously adapt to the physicality in the Premier League. I think so, and at the same time, he's technically gifted. He's not limited on the ball, especially for the Premier League. Like that's all you need in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't need.
and he can drive with the ball, from
Yeah,
midfield.
that's
So.
just the level of like if in the Premier League, how many midfielders can you name me that are more technically gifted than him? Like Pogba, maybe like 2, 3 more central midfielders, but other than that, that's it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think he's a good signing. Lukaku, I have questions about because I'm not a
Dude,
Lukaku fan.
yeah, but the thing is though, for Europe, I don't know with Lukaku.
Premier
But
League, he'll be fine.
within England, maybe it's different.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I don't know.
But the thing about Chelsea is you're trying to. The thing in Chelsea belong in the latter stages of the Champions League.
Yeah, I think Chelsea will look they'll take the Champions League. They'll be looking for at least like a quarterfinal at the very least.
Because Conte has a lot to prove that's pretty much the only thing that Conte hasn't proven himself in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we saw. I really do think that those leaving rumors,
we need to see Chelsea Juve for the culture.
Yeah, for the culture.
We need that Allegri versus Conte. We need that. We just need it. They hate each other, right?
Yeah,
they fucking hate each other.
It would be a Cyril emoji,
And it seemed like those rumors that Conte may leave really was a wake-up call for Chelsea. It started making them think big. I mean, Alexandro, that's ridiculous to get a player who isn't, who doesn't seem interested in leaving, who's playing for, a team that was one game away from a treble. That's pretty impressive.
I don't think people realize how fucking good of us, like how good of a signing Alexander, especially in that Chelsea system. Like
Oh man.
physically,
Oh man.
physically he's a beast. He's gonna easily adapt to the Premier League. And
Easily.
bro, like in that wing back position, just look at how many just look at how many good positions Marcus Alonso gets in. Like imagine Alexandro in those positions. Like
I honestly think he'll be better than Ashley Cole. Honestly, I think he'll be.
nah, that's
No,
hot
no, no,
take,
no.
hot
He can
take,
be
hot
the
take.
greatest Premier League fullback of all time. I don't even care, man.
nah for me,
No.
because for me Ashley Cole is easily one of the best fullbacks I've ever seen.
He's
Yeah,
up there. Ashley Cole's up there.
Dude, Sandro, bro, he's so good.
Yeah, like I think Sandro could be the signing of the season easily in the Premier League, easily. Because like, man, I'm telling you, I can't wait to watch him in that Chelsea team.
I think that looking at possible signings of the summer. Well, I guess right now, I would say that Bernardo Silva and Ederson are probably signings of the summer.
Oh man, I think
Verratti, even Mendy, I guess, all have potential to do that. Usmane, I don't think will happen. Keita,
How about Theo Hernandez? Do you think he'll be a hit?
That's a tough one because
I have questions about Theo Hernandez, man.
I think
How
Theo
good is he exactly?
but he won't start. So I mean,
No,
dude,
but he'll play a lot, man. Because Zidane, honestly, Zidane rotates really well.
You think so?
And every player, especially the fullbacks, they all get minutes. Like if Theo Hernandez walks in and he plays well, man, he'll get a shit ton.
Yeah, dog. Hella dudes was getting minutes this season. Like,
Yeah, everyone
Hernandez been announced yet, though.
Yeah, but it's a done deal. Even
That's true.
Perez had an interview last week, and like they asked him about him, and he said he would be a great player for Real. Like he pretty much
Yeah,
confirmed it.
he'll
So,
be in he can.
I don't know what they're waiting for, but I expect it to be confirmed very soon.
Mm-hmm.
I heard
Yeah.
that like the thing about Theo, he played a lot as a left wing back this year, though.
Yeah. No, I noticed that like against Atletico, against his parent club, he's so quick. He's so
yeah.
and I think that Theo, Vallejo, and
Bro,
yeah,
Vallejo's so good. Like I've been watching the under 21 Euros.
yeah,
Vallejo's just so like he's so mature for his age. The way he plays, it's
Yeah, he steps up. He steps up with the ball. He's just very athletic. Can cover so much ground. Great recovery speed.
Tosin, you know Kadim, like the Kadim from Twitter.
Yeah,
He's a huge Frankfurt fan. That's his team in Germany. So obviously he watches all their games and stuff. And this guy told me Vallejo's he told me he was easily one of the best players in the Bundesliga this year and probably the best defender. Like he went that far.
Wow. Yeah, that's high praise.
Yeah,
I remember Niko Kovac, the coach of Frankfurt. He said that Vallejo is like the best player
he's ever coached.
He said he's like scandalously good. That's what he said.
Yeah, Khadim was telling me that like Vallejo is so good that like some matches he would literally he would literally defend 4 positions. Like he would just cover for everyone, and at the same time he would build up from the back. So yeah, I can't wait to watch him next season.
Yeah, I think he may. Oh man, he may pip Varane. He may pip Varane's spot. Who knows?
Well, he's the next thing after Piqué and Ramos, right? He's supposed to take over from them.
Yeah. He's seen as next in line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much been it for the podcast.
Oh, really? You're done? Okay.
Yeah. Do y'all want to?
I
want to talk one more thing. It's almost July. The transfer window is almost open, but who do you think has had the best transfer window so far in Europe?
Milan,
yeah, he's
Milan. Yeah, I want to say Milan, but Man City have signed.
No, Man City need that midfielder.
Really?
Let's see.
You think they need a midfielder? Why do they need a midfielder?
They need that regista, man, for the culture.
Okay.
They need
Maybe.
that regista.
Dude,
It's
look,
that simple.
they've signed Ederson, Bernardo Silva already. Okay. Um, already. Okay, and now looks like they might say they'll sign Dani Alves. Maybe Van Dijk, maybe Benjamin Mendy, maybe even Walker or Bertrand. Um,
Good signings. All good signings.
and I think I heard they were tapping up Javi Martinez to be their DM. I think they could go for better, but apparently I don't know. I've heard mixed sources saying Martinez would be that. I mean, yeah, I would
That's
probably.
not. That is
All that
so
being said,
man.
I love this Milan transfer window right now. I love Kessie. I love Andre Silva. I think
Yeah, he looks like he'll be a stud.
that would be incredible. They need to just figure out what the fuck is going on with Donnarumma. I really think they need to get that firmed out by before the transfer window starts. I mean, they can't have him holding hostage. Either sign the damn contract or sell him. Um, and they can't let like a teenager ruin their mercado because they've still got a lot of work to do.
But it's crazy how they're pretty much, halfway there, and the market hasn't even opened.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think they're gonna get a right back, a DM. They'll have to see what's going on with the the CM the Donnarumma situation.
Yeah.
I also think they're gonna get another winger. It's possible that Suso leaves, but even
Maybe another they're gonna get a DM, right?
yeah, maybe Kryzhojak, maybe Bilia. I saw they were linked to Emil Forsberg, who, honestly, if he goes there, I think he would be the signing of the season for Serie A. Just an incredible playmaker.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, this Milan team, I love it. I think it can reach great things. I really do.
Yeah. So I think we've all reached a consensus on Milan.
Yeah, Milan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one last thing. Like, do you guys watch the under 21 Euros?
I'm
Honestly, yeah, I've been unable to keep up, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
I've
But
been following.
it looks like
Asensio's
what are
doing
the yeah, I heard Asensio's been the player of the and Saul's been balling as well. They're pretty much that's a team with Champions League experience. So
Mhm.
You have to watch Spain Italy though. I think is it tomorrow or the day after Spain Italy?
oh shit, Donnarumma's gonna be in that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy semifinal. I mean, I think the winner of that wins it, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, and they have a Lorenzo Pellegrini too.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some class players.
yeah,
But yeah. Well, that should be what we talk about next pod. Just
yeah.
cover that game. But yeah, man, that's been it for the FT podcast. We'll catch y'all later. Remember to subscribe on iTunes, and we're also on Podbean and on YouTube as well. And yeah, we'll catch y'all later. Peace.
All right, peace, peace.